This is without question the biggest video that has ever been uploaded to this YouTube channel. This is one of, if not the biggest storylines in sprint car racing in the last 20 years. Without question. This is a monumental announcement that just came out about an hour ago from Tony Stewart Racing, announcing that they are not going to be fielding Donny Schatz in a sprint car for the rest of the year. Donny Schatz is out of Tony Stewart Racing after 18 years together. And great job by my coworker and friend Brian Walker that this partnership began 18 years and 1 day ago. On August 11th of 2007 is when it all began. And it ends on August 12th of 2025. An incredible, a run that maybe we've only seen once before with Steve Kinser or something, what this team was able to accomplish in their time together. In this 18-year partnership with Tony Stewart and Donny Schatz, 253 World of Outlaws wins, 9 World of Outlaws championships, 800 top 5 finishes, and 1,122 top 10s in a remarkable amount of time. And remarkable amount of numbers that we just talked about there just a moment ago. Also in that time span, since 2007, when Tony Stewart Racing and Donny Schatz hooked up, they were able to get 3 Williams Grove National Opens, 10 Knoxville Nationals titles, and 6 Kings Royals. So they won, 19 crown jewel events in their time together over the last 18 years. And also another crazy number, even before he was in the Tony Stewart Racing 15, when he was in his own family-owned, the Parker Store 15, 1,600 consecutive World of Outlaws races for Donny Schatz. Does that continue on this Friday night at Ogilvie Raceway? I have no idea. I'm going to say it doesn't. I didn't even know this was coming. I said yesterday there's a lot of crazy stuff going on in sprint car racing right now, and this is by far the craziest thing that I have personally seen. What other announcement could you think of that is even on the same level as this? Maybe the creation of High Limit. Maybe. I don't know if that's even in the ballpark. I mean, this is just such a historic combination coming to an end that we've seen. It's all I've known. Really, since 2007, I was, 6 plus 7? I was 13 years old. I mean, this is all I've known is Tony Stewart and Donny Schatz being together. But like I said, with this, 1,600 consecutive World of Outlaws races are potentially about to be, about to come to an end. A span of 22 years and 13 days of not missing a World of Outlaws race for Donny Schatz. Absolutely insane numbers. And if it comes to an end this weekend, Donny Schatz to me is the World of Outlaws. He is the brand. He is the face of the Outlaws. That is what he is. When you're a 10-time series champion, a 10-time, 11-time Knoxville Nationals champion, he is the face of the Outlaws. And there is potential that he will not be there this weekend. It is incredible to think that that could possibly happen. I don't know who saw this coming because Donny Schatz had his birthday 2 days ago and posted something funny on Facebook about his ding dong with a tooth fairy, comment that he said at the Knoxville Nationals. You would not have thought this was coming. I mean, from that post. We all kind of thought that maybe there could be a potential that maybe they won't be together at the end of the year. Maybe I thought for maybe the last 2 years that there would be an announcement where Donny Schatz leaves Tony Stewart Racing. But it never happened. I just thought, okay, maybe he'll just run it out for the rest of his career and, hopefully they get a couple more wins together. No, they're done. It's over. In the middle of the season, they are done. And this is crazy stuff. With the announcement from TSR, Kerry Madsen will now take over the wheel of the number 15. They currently sit 6th overall in the World of Outlaws point standings as a team. Kerry Madsen will drive the car this weekend at Ogilvie Raceway in Minnesota, and he will run it for the rest of the season. This is not the first time that Tony Stewart Racing and Kerry Madsen have raced together. In 2021, he ran 25 races in the TSR number 14 car. That was the car that Tony always ran when he raced. And they were able to get 3 wins together. 2 at Jackson Motorplex back-to-back, and 1 at the Port Royal Speedway. A bunch of other top 5s and podiums as well. I was there for those races. I was the World of Outlaws pit reporter. I interviewed Kerry Madsen during those 3 wins. He was extremely fast in that car at the time. That was with Ford Power. They haven't had Ford Power in that car for a couple months now. Not sure if they bring it back or not. So this is not a new partnership by any means for Kerry and TSR. But I'm looking forward to hearing Johnny Gibson announce Kerry Madsen in the Tony Stewart 15. Like, I can't, it's crazy to think that he is going to say those words on Friday night. Schatz, obviously, it's been well documented, the worst season that he's ever had in his outlaw career. No wins this year. For the first time, he does not have an outlaw win for the first time since 1997. It has been that tough of a stretch. He had a second place run a few weeks back, I want to say at I-55. That was his best run of the year. I think he's only got 7 or 8 top 10 or top 5 runs this year. I don't know if he's led any laps or anything like that as well, so it has definitely been a tough year. The Ford Power for the last couple of years, the Ricky Warner swap, Todd Devnich is the crew chief now, Steve Swinson leaving last season, getting replaced by Todd Devnich. All those things have affected this team dramatically. And it's been really hard to watch because Donny Schatz is, I think, in my opinion, Donny Schatz is the best sprint car driver I have personally ever seen. The dominance that we've seen from him over those last 18 years, and even before that, I think that he's the best sprint car driver I've ever seen. And these numbers, they're pretty incredible. Last time I checked, those are pretty good numbers. So, yeah, I don't know what's next. But as I mentioned, Donny Schatz, 2 days ago, celebrated his 40th birthday. So, in my opinion, he still has a lot left in him. You know, Steve Kinzer raced for a long time. I think Donny Schatz has a couple more years in him. I think he really does. Sammy Swindell just made the B main at the Knoxville, or was he in the B main or the C main? He just made 2 features at the Knoxville Nationals, and he's, 70-something years old? I think Donny Schatz has plenty of time left in him. I don't think he's done. I think he wants to go out there and prove to everybody that he can still get the job done as a driver. I really do think that he wants to go out there and put an ass whooping on him next year or whenever it is. I don't know what's next, and that's what we'll talk about now. But we remember back a few weeks ago at Knoxville, it was just a test night. He was there driving Guy Forbrook's number 5 car and doing a test session at the Knoxville Raceway. Is that the next move? We have not seen Guy Forbrook's car race at all this year. I know he had some health problems. But maybe that's where Donny Schatz goes and runs. I think there's one more race in Knoxville for the rest of the year in weekly action. Does he go run there? Does he, hire Guy Forbrook to, take his car around to different races? I don't know. I don't know what the situation is. And from what I've been reading on Twitter for the last hour, nobody seems to know. But, what are his options? I don't know. Does he wait till next year and put a team together of his own and try and come back out on the Outlaw Tour or whatever it is and try and prove that he can still get the job done? Does he wait till next season? I have no idea. But doesn't it seem a little bit weird that, there's a couple options down here. I mean, they're not going to happen, I don't think, but it's just crazy to think that Jason Myers Racing, a top-tier organization, just parted ways with Spencer Bayston 2 days ago. Now Donny Schatz is a free agent. Casey Kane decided to pull off the road on the 9 car. That's an open seat, an incredible car, an incredible team that Donny Schatz could potentially go to at some point, probably maybe next year, I have no idea. Or the 18 car. Obviously, we know Emerson Axsom's in it right now, but will he be in it next year? If you have a guy like Donny Schatz sitting on the sidelines, would KCP Racing want to hire him and bring him on for a full run next year? I don't know. I'm just spitball. I'm throwing shit at the wall and seeing if it sticks, guys. I don't know if any of this stuff is going to happen, but it's very weird, especially those two that, maybe it was just coincidence that those 2 cars pulled off the road, and now all of a sudden Donny Schatz, the greatest driver, in my opinion, that I've ever seen, decide that, leaves the team he's been with for 18 years, right? It's just very coincidental that happens. So this is easily the biggest news, I think, in sprint car racing in a very long time. This is, it's crazy. I still can't believe it. I'm sitting here reading this stuff, the numbers, the time that he was with the Outlaws. He's the face of the Outlaws, and he's maybe not going to be there this weekend at Ogilvy Raceway for the first time in 1,600 races, 22 years and 13 days. The last time he missed an Outlaw show, or when this began, the 1,600 consecutive races was, what is that, January, February, March, April, May, June, July 13th of 2003 was when that streak started. So, wow. This is crazy. Silly season in the middle of the year has been wild already. And now we have to wait and see, where does Donny Schatz go? Where does he end up? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. This is the craziest video I've ever put together on this YouTube channel. It's only been around for about a year now, but insane. So I wish Donny Schatz the best. I hope to see him back on the racetrack here soon. He's a friend of mine. Happy birthday, Donnie. 2 days ago. I'm a little bit late on that, but yeah. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and we'll talk to you guys again here soon on the Rodman Rundown.